All right, we are live. Let's kick this thing off, Miss Bourne.
KTTV, giving you what you need. Motivation, education unleashed. H-Town representing, we forever keep it rolling. Join the conversation with inspirational stories. Thought-provoking, feel that energy. Kendrick Thomas aiming to lift the community. True indeed, tune in, come and see. Giving you what you need. KTTV, let's go. KTTV.
What it do, KTTV? This is KT, and I'm coming at you live with day 2 of the TABSE conference, leveling up and leading the way. And I am here. Look, I'm not gonna tell you. She was here yesterday, but I'm not gonna tell y'all how she got back here today. Look. Sometimes technology, it's a wonderful thing when it works, but when it does not, what are you gonna do? So thank you for showing up day 2. I do appreciate you. Hey, all right. So y'all, what we're doing is we're going to talk a little bit about the sessions that Ms. Bourne has going. But first off, before we get into that, Ms. Bourne, please introduce yourself to the people and let them know how it's going down out here.
Hi, I am Roxana Barnes, and I'm with ALEAF ISD with Prevention and Safe Schools.
Hey, Prevention and Safe Schools. If y'all don't know the acronym, y'all know we use acronyms in education. So it's the PASS team. Whew, they put in that work, y'all. Relationships, students, boys, everything you could think of. But the main thing is getting these teachers to build those relationships with those kids and make sure everything is safe. Would that be correct?
Absolutely.
Man, that's it. So now, I know that you are presenting today, 11:15.
11:15.
See, I barely got a good memory, but I remember today. So 11:15, talk to us a little bit about what the session will be, and what do you plan on guests taking away from the session?
The session will be about building relationships, going back to your classrooms, going back to your schools, telling your people to stop what they're doing, reset by building those relationships with your kids. We don't have to do it at the beginning of the year. It's a constant thing. And the importance, our kids will not connect to your content until you connect to them personally.
Most definitely. Ooh, wait, they will. Look, that Rita Pearson, what she say, kids don't learn from people they don't like. Yeah. So you got to forge their relationship, and you got to be in the game with those kids, because I think it starts with that heart first, and then we'll take it to your brain. Because if you don't feel, I want you to feel guilty when you're being bad in my class, because I like her so much. I just can't be. I promise you, that's how I get LC. Like I go and talk to them, and by the end they say, "Man, this Thomas, you cool, man. I'm gonna just chill out." And I say, "I appreciate you, young brother. Let's keep it going." Most definitely. So today, when you get the session, do you have any? Let's say a lot of people when they present, they have the 5 keys, or I got an acronym for this or something. Do you have anything like that you'll be breaking down today?
Yes, I do. I do have some acronyms. I have a couple of acronyms that I'll be breaking down.
Look,
I'm not gonna give that away just yet.
Hey, look, y'all, we tried to get the exclusive, but she's very fast on her feet this morning. So we gotta, that just means you gotta come to the session today to make sure you get that in. So overall, besides that, how is the year going? And what are you looking forward to as we jump into spring break, post spring break?
The year is going good. It's definitely busy. This is definitely hard work, like you said. It's hard work, and it has been busy. I am looking forward to our upcoming boys conference that's coming up April 20th. So we're excited about that. We have about 350 boys coming to that conference. We have several men that are going to come and give back to our boys. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Man, I'm looking forward to it. I know that it's a lot that goes into that conference, right? But when you think about those young men, and I've been a part of those sessions each year, and so just thinking about being able to have those young men come in with those sponsors, and look excited, and be up on a Saturday morning.
Their seats and ties.
Oh, okay. That's the dress code this year.
Yes, dress code is suits and ties.
Ooh, look, I think I'm gonna have to. Is Easter coming up before the conference? I'm gonna get some of these suit more deals out here, so I can get me a 3-piece for $200.
Oh, and we have to make sure we tell the people that you are a keynote speaker.
Look, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miss Barnes, if this all up in your ear this early. I love this thing, you know. Cause look, y'all, keynote. I got a good thing too. I got a good thing. Y'all don't see a lot of people don't know. Like my mom, when she had me, she was 15. I've been a person I've never met my dad. And so this work that we do is personal to me because it was only one teacher in third grade when because my mom she had a few issues and she did have to go to jail for a little while. And so then it was one teacher. In third grade, I wrote a poem called Life Is, and it was published statewide, right? But what does an 8-year-old know about life to catch somebody's attention to make them publish that? So it was very real. And so then the work that we do, the message that I try to give out when I do speaking like that, it comes very from the heart and it's very real. So thank you for inviting me to share that story.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome anytime.
Man, so now if people want to catch up with you, they want to see this session, please tell us what time will the session be and where is the session going to be held?
Resetting with Relationships will be at 11:15 from 11:15 to 12 in Timber Grove.
Timber Grove. If you have not registered, you better get registered. If you're not at TABSE, you better sneak in, try to come get some of this session because it's gonna be popping today. I want to say thank you, Ms. Vaughn, for showing up. I'm looking forward to you showing out.
You're welcome.
All right, okay, y'all. Look, first interview of the day. Let's get this TABSE going. TABSE. Oh my God, not TABSE. Let's get this TABSE going. 2024. We are leveling up and leading the way. And shout out to Ms. Vaughn for leading the way on this interview day. And we're gonna keep all this footage today, y'all. Have a good one. All right, we'll be back. All right, what to do, KTTV? We are back here live at the TABSE Conference 2024, leveling up and leading the way. And right now, y'all look, y'all see how official it is. Y'all see the TABSE shirt on. We here, Brother Robinson, man. Look, when we talk about the bag, got to talk to the treasurer, man. So let's talk a little bit about it, man. How you doing today, brother?
I am doing good, especially someone that is including my treasurer return.
Yeah. Okay.
At the end of the day, it's all
Man.
I'm not leaving behind traveling.
Yeah.
Bird's road, but see the smile on my face.
Hey, man, look, hey.
Black people, they money, you know. In general.
Look, what they do at the casino when they say we tapping out, what they do. Hey, that's it.
You know, I grew up, I'm not from Texas, Mississippi.
Come on now.
And as a young Mississippi, I grew up from Vicksburg, 2 reasons.
Yes, sir.
War, 7 casinos that we had. They call it big stadium.
Yeah, come on, man. That's it, brother.
I didn't give him more money right now.
Hey, look, push this up. That way we can hear you a little bit. Let me get that thing jumping. So now, brother, talk to us about how was it leading up to this conference, and your role in TABSE. I guess as far as big conference, a lot going on, a lot of money coming in. We got a lot of vendors. How did you stay sane while all that was going on, especially when I know you volunteering?
Prayer.
Hey,
prayer and patience, you know. It's a labor of love. We do it with a passion. You just automatically do it. You know, all this is made possible to make sure we have a better environment, opportunity for all our kids. You know, true enough, our organization wants to have kids, but all of our kids. So you just put your personal side and do the work. Because they're worth it.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you want food. You know, I was telling somebody the other day, order my steps kept popping in my head. And every time I order my steps popping in my head, Lord reveals a message. And toward the end of those missions that I got, telling me, as deep as you are, in your pain and yourself, you be even more deep. As deep you are in your feelings, maybe even more deeper in your purpose. So it's not about me. It's not about all the folks around.
Yeah.
So to answer the question in brief, I put myself outside.
Come on, man. That's it, brother. That's it, man. Come on, man. So look, man, the biggest thing is outside of the TABSE, what is your role in education?
Currently, I am the director of federal state programs for the mighty, but small but mighty, Marlon ISD.
Come on now, Marlon.
Yeah. We've been in the news for a lot of things. Even more good.
Yeah.
Don't believe what you hear.
Yeah.
Come and see for yourself.
Come to see for yourself.
We brought 2 of our leadership groups, our students down here to experience the conference. What I can hear from our students, and those students can tell you.
Yeah.
True. They enjoy themselves and they want to participate. And not just watching,
Yeah.
working. You have young kids
Yeah.
that are so independent themselves. That lets you know what you're doing is
Man, come on, brother. That's it right there, man. That's it, man. So the biggest thing, brother, is this is a wonderful conference, man. So I see how you slid into that treasury role, though. You had a few things going on the outside with the money too.
Well, but this is actually my first year in federal state finance.
Okay.
I have my MBA and my doctorate.
Okay.
But I never liked dealing with people. It's funny. I've always ended up with a role related to
yeah.
I've been a part of. It's trustworthy, my ethicness, and just kind of had, our organization has a strong history of being volunteer.
Yeah.
When you come in our organization, you get a membership card, then you get a charge. So you get the charge to get your membership.
Yeah.
And so we all put the work in. I just 6 years ago started doing something else.
Yeah.
So,
come on, bro. That's it, man. That's it, man. Well, look, I would say, man, we have been having some great experiences here, man. Just being able to talk to people, talk to all the people who are serving, and a few of the conference members, attendees, man. So I will say, y'all did y'all thing this year, brother.
No other, not like any other conference.
Yeah, man. Look,
did you enjoy the hot sauce in your bag?
Look, man. Hey, come on, man.
For our listeners at home.
Personal touch. Yeah.
You know, you go to conferences and sometimes you know foods. Chicken might be fried. This time it was seasoned. Like we made
Yeah.
sure it was seasoned. You know, some people need a little extra, so I made sure I budget for some Tony shit
Yeah.
and a little Louisiana hot sauce. Take it, put it in your bag. Cause you never know.
Look,
What conference you know give you hot sauce in your bag?
what conference is you gonna go to that's gonna do it like that?
Ain't nothing but full swag professional. So that means you're gonna be back next year. We want y'all to be back next year. Bring a friend, tell a friend. We're gonna be in Galveston, Texas, and we're gonna take it on Conda to Dallas.
Come on, man. That's it, man. So next year, Galveston, Texas. Another great day, man. Y'all be on the grind.
We're gonna see you in Atlanta in the national.
See, man. Matter of fact, somebody came and talked to me about that yesterday. So all I'm doing is waiting on the call, man, and I'm ready to roll.
This makes the call.
Hey, look. The call has been made, man.
So we'll be in Atlanta, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia,
Georgia.
in November for our National Lives Conference. And just to give you a little sneak peek, Texas runs the state as it runs the nation.
Already.
No, seriously, go back and look at the history of NATS.
Yeah.
We led the charge and we continue to lead the charge. I'm shout out to our colleagues around the country. But our current president, Texan, our current president-elect is a Texan.
Yeah.
And we're one big happy family. We want to make sure that your resources share the story of all of our colleagues around the country and around the world. You know, we have members in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Some of them might be here today in Ontario.
Yeah.
And I think we might have a few in Zimbabwe.
Okay. Come on now.
So we want to make sure that people see the Black excellence they
Period.
beyond. We don't need DUI to be purposeful.
Yeah.
We love it. We're gonna do it
Regardless, brother. Come on, man. Look, man. So that's it, man. You have heard it from the man himself. Man, give them your information one more time, man. And if they want to get in touch with you to join TABSE, to be a part of TABSE, anything, man, how can they reach out?
They can reach out to me at Jamal D. Robinson on LinkedIn, on my Twitter. I ain't calling it. I'm gonna call it Twitter. I'm gonna call it Twitter.
Hey.
At He Teaches. At He Teaches. Reach out to me, DM me, get in contact with me so we can connect you to whatever you need to. I am a connector.
Yeah.
I will connect you to your purpose. And if you don't know your purpose, I will redirect you to your purpose.
Y'all heard the man. Let's stop playing. Hey, that's it, brother.
Right,
I appreciate you, man.
Get back to work. Gotta go pay these bills.
Hey, all right, y'all. We are in the game. Look, Mr. Robinson just came through. Y'all make sure y'all keep it locked. We will be back. TABSE 2024. All right, KTTV, welcome back. We are here at TABSE 2024, leading, leveling up and leading the way. So the biggest thing is I have Dr. Cynthia Wise, Waco ISD in the building. Oh, look. Hey, Dr. Wise, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling well, thank you, and thank you for having me.
Look, it is my pleasure. When we got this work out here, we always got to highlight, give people their flowers while they living, and then share all this good stuff that we got going on, because we always trying to make a path for others behind us, and somebody got to be able to get that information out. So thank you for talking about the work that you're doing today.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
It's a
So
pleasure.
now, for the people that don't know, give us a little bit of background on you and your work currently in education in Waco ISD.
Well, presently I am a principal, a proud principal
Yes.
in Waco ISD at an elementary school, but I serve a dual role as Chief Academic Officer for the charter branch of Waco ISD.
Okay. Wow. Man. So how do you? One school is hard enough. How do you do it with the two roles? How do you manage that?
Well, Kevin, I've had so much experience
Yes.
with that. In my previous district, where I served for 17 years, I was the principal of an elementary school, the highest performing majority African American school in the state of Texas. I was the principal there, and because of my success there, my superintendent wanted me to go to the middle school to turn that around.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to leave my school, but we were a family, we were good, right? And children were doing very well.
Yes.
And so I accepted the challenge, and I said, well, why can't I do both?
Yeah.
And he said, well, you may be on to something. So he allowed me to do both.
Yeah.
So I was a principal of a elementary school and middle school simultaneously. So I'm used to doing
Whoa, wait a minute. Look. Ooh, I should have just left that going, because middle school and elementary. The good thing that makes me so excited about that is you think about the importance of third grade with our African American boys and their reading. And so in a school that's predominantly African American students and highest performing, that means you were doing so much good for so many people. Yeah. So big shouts out to you. Now the question is though, what was that secret sauce, if you could share it with us, that had y'all top performing?
Well, it was the implementation of our culture conscious campuses model,
Come on now.
known as CCC.
Yes.
This is a model that has been vetted and approved by the Texas Education Agency and the commissioner.
Yeah.
The commissioner back in 2018 sent his deputy commissioner, Winchester, down to East Texas, where I was principal, and said, go down there and see what that lady down there doing, that these African American children are outperforming, in many cases, their white peers.
Woo!
And that's how it all got started. And so I met with the commissioner and all of the various stakeholders, and then I went through the process of being a Bellwether fellow. And Bellwether works with over 13,000 plus schools of districts across the nation. And they took me through that rigorous process and talked to all stakeholders. And then we codified what the commissioner said, that she really have a model. And they said, yes, because the parents could tell you, the students could tell you, the teacher could tell you, the community could tell you, everyone could tell you how it looks, how excellence look, and what led to our students being so successful. And so from that point on, we codified the model, and I do have a playbook. We codified the model, and then I was hired to be the CEO over the charter branch of the district, the charter provider, and to replicate the model across 6 of the district's charter schools.
Wow.
5 elementary and 1 middle school. And 2 or 3 of those schools were Montessori schools. And all of the schools were IB schools.
Yes. Okay.
Trying to get certified as IB schools.
And so, wow. So CCC. So how did you come up with the model? Like even to say, okay, I think they need this. I'm gonna take my time and put it out. Like how did that go? And how was it? Did you have a team or was this just your brainchild and you brought it to fruition?
Well, no man is an island and no man stands alone.
Come on
right?
now.
So you need a team.
Yes.
But I was learning. I would attend workshops and principles. We have to grow as well. You
Yes.
have to have a growth mindset.
Mhm.
And so I knew that African American students were consistently underperforming, and I knew that shouldn't be.
Mhm.
God didn't just say because of the color of your skin, I'm going to give you a brain less than.
Yes.
And so I would go to the Margaret Kilgo. I don't know if you remember Margaret Kilgo, and she was the guru in unpacking the TEKS, the Texas Essential Knowledge and Skill, for those who may not know what that is. And I would go get trained, go to various workshops, and then we would just watch our children, observe them, and then when we saw an issue, a concern, we would meet my teacher leaders, and that's how I came along with the concept of teacher leaders.
Mhm.
So I started teacher leaders back in 2007, and
Come
we
on
would
now.
meet and say, okay, what can we do to address these students' needs? Right? Because we didn't use excuses, we had results. And you couldn't come to me talking about they low,
Yeah.
their parents in prison,
Mhm.
they don't value education, they can't speak English,
Mhm.
all of that. Okay, those are red herrings.
Yes.
And I have no tolerance
Come on now.
for that at
Yes.
all. So my team of teachers would come to me with solutions. And from there, the model, it just evolved,
Yes.
knowing these are best practices,
Yes.
research-based best practices. And we started to put the pieces of the puzzle together. But
Yeah.
I'm going to give a shout out to my son. And when I was talking to him, I said, oh, the Bellwether Foundation. I told him what it was. They want me to apply to become a Bellwether Fellow. And I said, what should I call this model? And he listened to what I said. He said, what about culture conscious?
Mm.
I said, oh, I like that.
Mm. Come on now.
And cultural conscious campuses evolve
Yes.
based upon our practice. We were consistent and we got results.
Yeah.
It's one thing to say you have something,
Mhm.
but you have to have a proof of concept.
Most definitely.
And our children, we were at an A school, my elementary school, consistently recognized by Region 7
Yeah.
as a high progress, high performance schools. This was for real. And when you walk through our schools, I remember Deputy Winchester saying, this is the best school in America. I said, and you are absolutely correct.
Absolutely correct. Oh, now?
Majority African American children.
Yeah.
Our children can do it.
Yes. Man, that's so powerful. So powerful. So now we got the deputy superintendent that came down. He looking at everything. I guess was that the beginning of going through TEA to get it recognized and approved? So how did that process go? And I guess what's some of the steps that you took?
Well, when the deputy came down and then he interviewed me, the superintendent, board members from that district, and he reported back to the commissioner. That's the best school in America. And from there, I was called to go through the Bellwether Fellowship process. And from there, going through it, that was a rigorous process for about 6 months, I believe. And then they assign you a match partner. I'm going to give a shout out to Empower Schools and Alyssa Morton, the CEO over there.
Come on now.
And they worked with me to codify my model. And that was another rigorous process.
Yes.
And so that's how it all came about.
So
And
now,
thanks to Commissioner Marath
yeah,
for finding me.
for real. But the work led him to you.
Yes, it did.
Come on now.
He told them to go. And he's a very data-driven person. And so am I.
Yeah.
All right. But I never lose sight of the fact there are children behind the numbers.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
But I'm data-driven because the numbers not lying to you.
They ain't lying. Men and women lie, numbers don't. All right. So now when you going through these processes, taking from the work that you're doing, this is pretty much okay. I can come to your school, I can consult on this, but at the end of the day, all this stuff leads back to your name. Like this is like your, well, I guess proprietary system.
I guess it's my baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, but now is let's say for instance a school, you see the data that made you kind of build this program at another school. How can this school come in and say we want this? Like, what are some of the things that have to be? I guess we could say the blanket would be bad data, failing schools. But what are some of the things you say that school would be perfect for CCC?
I believe any school would be perfect.
Okay, let's go on now. Let's go on now. Put it in the box.
Okay, but struggling schools with majority children of color and children in poverty will really benefit from this model, the CCC, right? Because our children need structure. A cultural conscious campus has a culture of high expectation. It has a strong instructional culture. It has a culture of strong teacher-student relationships and a culture of community engagement.
Got to have the community.
You got to have it. And the research is very clear about this. Schools with a strong culture is the foundation for student achievement and growth.
Yeah.
And so that applies to any school, right?
Most definitely.
A CC school. First, we have 5 cornerstone characteristics, and these are non-negotiable. We won't budge on these.
Yes.
1, safe and inclusive schools. We believe our children are exceptional, and it is up to us to bring out of them what already exists within them. We have to put procedures, processes, clearly articulated rules and procedures in place where everyone is held accountable, adults and children, including myself.
Yes.
Okay? I believe if the teacher is ready, the student will rise. And a cultural conscious, so first you have safe and inclusive school. Then under the cultural conscious campus model, we develop the whole child by offering rigorous programs.
Yes.
We also, on the cultural conscious campus school, we want our students to be critical thinkers and problem solvers. Under the cultural conscious campus school, building those strong teacher-student relationships, we say what we mean and we do what we say. Teachers, we are friendly, but we are not the student's friend.
Come on now.
We are facilitators of learning.
Yes.
And being a facilitator of learning, you're not sages on stages. You are facilitators.
Yes.
And also, lastly, and I already mentioned this about the research on CCC campus, our community engagement piece. We want to hear from our constituents.
Yes.
We use their feedback to improve upon our practices because we believe we are stronger together. Under the culture conscious campus, in a nutshell, those 4 aspects of culture that I talked to you about, building teacher-student relationship, being student-centered. You have to have a student-centered culture, a culture of high expectation, a strong instructional culture. Under the strong instructional culture, let me say that because this part is really important.
Most definitely.
All of it is important.
Yeah.
But let me say that. We don't just strive for mastery, but we strive for excellence in all that we do. Excellence. Okay. And you have to dedicate that reflective practice time where teachers can go, and we know them as professional learning community, but we have true professional learning community. It's not a downtime to get in there and talk about the Cowboys or vent, any of that. How do we monitor that? We have an agenda.
Yes.
Your team leaders turn the agenda to you in advance principle. And on that agenda is only one item.
Mm.
And that's unpacking the standards.
Mm.
And okay, your teach, that's your curriculum.
Most definitely.
And the only way we're gonna close the achievement gap, we got to teach the curriculum.
Mm.
So how do they measure the gap in reading and math between white and black children? Right?
Mhm.
They give them a what? An
I
assessment.
was gonna say they're gonna give you that test.
Gonna give you that test.
Yeah.
We're not teaching to the test.
Mhm.
We're teaching the curriculum.
Yes.
And we got to stop that mindset we teaching to the test. No, we got to teach. If we're gonna close, because that's how they
Yeah.
measure the achievement gap.
Mhm.
It's closed,
Yeah.
right?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Mm.
And so we tightly focus on the standard. That is our curriculum.
Mhm.
And it's a very rigorous curriculum.
Yeah.
Gone are those days that what are the 50 states in America?
Mhm. Yeah.
Identify this. Gone are those days that
Mhm.
low comprehension.
Oh no. No, yeah, you're gonna
You
have to
know-
analyze something. Now.
You're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna have to analyze, you're gonna have to explain. And our curriculum is aligned with the ACT and the SAT.
Yeah.
Margaret Kilgo told me that. Now that you got me, I got the proof.
Dr. Wise, you do. Look, I'm going home after this, Dr. Wise. Ain't nothing else to. But I hope y'all get it. Woo, I can't wait to share this. Okay, so now, where are you in the process? I know you say you got the dual role right now going into schools. Does that leave you any other time to kind of share this with other districts or other schools, or how's that going?
Well, I'm willing to share anytime
Yeah.
I'm asked to share it. I'm because it takes a village,
Most definitely.
and I'm willing to do that. Anyone you can call me. I'm willing to speak with your team of leaders. I've worked with principal, of course, as a CEO. I had to refocus my principals on their vision and mission.
Mhm.
What I see is that we throw people, for lack of a better term,
Mhm.
into a principalship. But many of those principals never understudied under someone that was an outstanding instructional leader.
Most definitely.
See,
Mm.
as the principal, you are the instructional leader.
Yes.
And principals really don't get the opportunity. But first of all, you got to take the initiative.
Mhm.
See, I taught high school for 12 years. Okay. And that was at a majority white school, but school in poverty children.
Mhm.
Um, and I built relationship with all children, right? So I taught high school, but even when I was a high school teacher, I knew how to build those strong teacher-student relationship, but I understood I'm friendly, but I'm not your friend.
Mhm.
Okay. You're here to learn, but I made learning fun. I refer back to that proverb, wise is he who brings joy to teacher.
Mm.
And so I went from high school to elementary school. When I got to the elementary school, my first day on the job, I suspended a little kindergarten.
Hey.
And the teachers looked at me like, you can't do that.
Look, you're gonna get in and get out.
But I learned, and this was in DeSoto ISD.
Mhm.
I'm going to shout out to DeSoto.
Yeah.
I learned everything I could from those teachers in
Mhm.
elementary.
Mhm.
They grew me.
Okay.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
I learned from them. But getting back to your question of helping others, we're in this profession to help others. So I'm willing to help any and everyone. But teachers need a blueprint. I listened to one of your other podcasts, and you kind of asked the same question. But teachers need a blueprint. Even veteran teachers need a blueprint.
Mhm. Most definitely.
And so, along a couple with a strong academic program, we have an instructional framework
Mhm.
under CCC.
Mm.
See,
Mm.
on Monday, what you gonna do on Mondays? My teachers, they know what to do. They front load.
Mm.
How does that look?
Mhm.
See, in those true PLC, that's where you go in and unpack the teach 2-3 weeks in advance.
Mhm.
So when it's time to teach that teach,
You
you are
know.
ready.
Mhm.
And during your PLC, you're gonna model that. If it's your turn, Kevin, to teach you, you're gonna get up, you're gonna take us through the entire lesson plan, right? And then we're gonna give feedback, and everybody has a voice. I don't care if you're a novice teacher. And then you go on treasure hunts. I learned that from Margaret Kilgo.
Mm.
You go on treasure hunts. and you find activities, resources, and material that align with the standard.
Yes.
See, when you look at those standards, it tells you how deep to go,
Yeah.
how rigorous, complex by what? The verb.
Come on now.
It tells you what you're going to teach. Okay. That's the content. Analyze what? Author purpose. And it tells you the context, the how. By using text evidence. It's that teak is out there. It
Yeah.
may not be verbatim. So why aren't we unpacking the teaks with fidelity?
Come on now.
Now I know what I gotta do, teacher. We're gonna get together our PLC, we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna create this exemplary lesson.
Yeah.
And be ready to deliver to our children.
What they say, do a little sparring in that thing.
There you go. And then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, what are you gonna do? See, our children need elaborate rehearsal.
Yeah.
They don't come with that background knowledge. The children I work with, children pop.
Come on now.
They need elaborate rehearsal. It's not a one and done.
Yeah.
Okay, I talk author purpose, but you didn't teach it in context. You didn't teach it in context. They need elaborate rehearsal. And I can go all day about this.
But look, I mean, that's what I often say. That's what the passion at though.
I love
but
it.
It's so needed.
Yes.
It's so needed because, like you say, in that PLC, that is where the magic should be happening. That's where those rehearsals, those exemplary should be created. Because by the time you come back out here, I need you to know where you're going and know where you want them to go. What does it look like when we do accomplish that?
That's right. That's right.
Come on now.
And that's where it is. So just think about the impact that has on a novice teacher or a first, second, third year teacher.
Yeah.
And they come through a system like that.
Yes. They set up for life.
Set up for life. I have a young lady on my campus. She's from Wyoming. Her family owns 112,000 acres. I said, well, so you own Wyoming, right? And this is different from her.
Yeah.
But baby, she's a rock star. Okay.
Put me in the right place.
Put her in the right place. Gave her a blueprint. Work with her.
Yeah.
And you have to get out your office and do these walkthroughs. Okay.
Yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely. Okay. Wow. Yeah, you got to be outside.
You got to inspect what you expect.
Come on now. That's what they say.
We are required to do 20 walkthroughs a week. The entire administrative team and your instructional specialists along with us.
Yes.
If it's 5 of us, we got to make sure that number is 20 and give those teachers that immediate feedback.
Immediate bite size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just say, hey, you're good. You're good. I like what I see.
Yeah. Keep going.
Or these are the things when you call them in that we need to work on. You got to catch it.
Yes.
You can't catch it in your office.
Come on now. All right.
Work.
So look, how do we find you? How do we get this information? Are you on social media? Are you dropping these nuggets out in these streets? What's going on, Dr. White?
Well, I do have a Facebook page, but not for the CCC model. But I'll be more than happy to share my email address where they can email me.
Okay.
And
Yeah, well,
okay. Classy.
Yeah. Come on now.
CLASSY, then the underscore sign, wise, WISE at yahoo.com.
Oh, look, that's how you know. That's how you know when we age ourselves like that. When you pull that yahoo.com out, you know I've been in the game for a long time. Look, come on now.
I also have a Gmail account. Let me give you that. Classy.wise, WISE, the number 1 at Gmail.
Come on now. Wow. Look, Dr. Wise, everything that you dropped today was so relevant, so important, but it should be happening more than not in our schools, right? You're thinking about all those. In our district, we use a lot of the Get Better Faster model, right? We use a lot of that data-driven instruction. So we have those meetings where we come in and we're practicing and we're modeling and we're role playing and rehearsing. But I think in order for us to turn the needle and get back to what education is, we got to have that consistently across the playing field. And so it sounds like your model is what can bring that back. Man, so we got to get some more schools doing this. So now currently, what's the next plan? What's the next plan for the CCC?
Well, the next plan for CCC is to continue to do the work where I am now.
Come on now.
And then from there, I'll see where God leads me. Because wherever He leads me, I will follow. But I will say this, none of this will work, because you said something to make me think, without consistency. You have to be consistent in anything you do. And you have to monitor.
Yes.
You have to inspect what you expect.
Monitor and adjust.
Yes,
Come on now.
monitor and adjust.
Yeah.
And the numbers are not lying to you. If they student perform only 20%, well, that's all they learned. They made a 20% on your test. It's not, and let me say this, I gotta say, because I didn't say that. It's never, listen to me, it's never the children. Never the children. If students aren't learning, because we're not teaching them. Either that, or we're not using the right resources and materials to reach them. It's in our planning of our lessons, but it's never the children's fault. And I want to say one thing to our parents. I talked about community engagement. Parents, we need you. We need you to send your child to school ready. A teacher can't do everything. They're supposed to become school ready. Help us help your child. Get your child behavior in check.
I almost just threw the whole microphone. Thank you so much, Dr. Y.
I love children.
Yeah.
I love all children.
Yeah.
But today, I'm concerned about the African American child.
Yes.
The Black child. We got to stop this nonsense.
Yeah.
It's a village. And you say it's a village, then work with the school. Work with the schools. And we'll work with you. I promise you that.
Yeah.
When I first went to the school where I am now, I take the tough assignments.
Yeah.
I say I'm a glutton for punishment, but I love it. Why? Because that's where the need is.
Yeah.
I was called everything but the child of God, but now I'm being hugged. I love you. I don't even see them anymore, only when I need them.
Because they trust you now. They know.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And you know what? I didn't lower my standards. I kept my expectations high.
That's it.
I didn't lower them because you cussed me out.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
And now, they all is well. Our babies are like soldiers around there. They learn, deep learning. See, because you can't drive to deep learning where there's no structure, where there's no order, ain't no learning, not no deep learning going on.
No, because you manage it most of the time.
There you go.
Yeah. Come on now, look. All right, y'all. Dr. Wise, this is the last thing. I know you talk to the parents. Time is coming up. We got aspiring principals that's coming into the game, aspiring leaders. Give us one thing that you would say to be able to work towards creating a school like you did, even in DeSoto.
Well, principals, you have to focus on your vision and mission in order to carry out your district's goals and objectives. Okay? You have to have a plan, a strategic plan of action. Set your standards high and don't lower your standards because of the pressure. And be consistent. When you go into a school, you go into the school to transform and uncover those practices and structures that and mindsets that fosters innovation and excellence. Identify those things. What works, keep it. What doesn't work, throw it out. And you can't chase every program out there. You find that is research-based. I can name several programs that we use that's research-based. And I will say we use Reading Horizon for reading. And I think the state has done an excellent job. We're HB3. So we're digging in to get all children reading on grade level by third grade. Right. But it's no good if you're not in and out of those classrooms to inspect what you expect.
Most definitely.
So you got to know if they implementing it with fidelity. You can't know unless you go see. Right? And once you get the results, So be that type of principal where You know who you are and stay true to that. Keep your standards high. Keep them high. Have a culture, a strong instructional culture, have a culture of high expectations for everyone, including yourself. Have a culture of community engagement and a student, number one, a student centered culture. See, it's not about me and it's not about you. It's about these children. It's about our children. They can learn. They will learn. These children now, when mom, now they speaking with authority. They come to me. Can I do this? Can I do that? I want to run this. Can I a business proposal by you? Okay.
Trust.
And community. Bring in your community. I say that culture of community engagement. Where I am now in Waco, we have 34 community partners at that one school.
Yeah. It's big.
We have Lean on Me Monday, where the Divine Nine comes in.
Come on now.
Where the Divine Nine comes in on Mondays and work with our fifth graders.
Yeah.
Not on teaching them to read, but reading strategy, how to comprehend, how you dig into a passage and get that text evidence.
Lean on me.
Lean on me, Divine Nine.
Well, y'all, I think that's the wrap on that one. We might shut it, Mr. Dave. We're gonna shut it down after this. It's up. It's over. She shut the podcast down. Hey, no, I just. Hey. Woo! Look, Dr. Wise. I want to say thank you for stopping by the table, giving us some of this good information, something that we can take and put in our bags and go use right now. I look forward to what you got going with the CCC. I'm pretty sure that right now, Waco, next stop, ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. But I love the passion. I love what you're doing. I agree. We got to get in there. We got to dig a little deeper, but we got to have that structure first, right? Because other than that, everybody else, you not a sage on stage. I need you to facilitate, but that means we got to have the structure set up for you to facilitate.
Yes. Yes.
So thank you so much.
Thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right, y'all. This is KT. We are here at TABSE 2024. We are leveling up and leading the way. Y'all heard Dr. Wise. Look, wait a minute. Let's look at some of our comments here. What you say? Miss Fangy say, preach. Oh, so she already know. So big shouts out there. She and HSD getting it in. So big thank you to everybody that tuned in. And thank you so much for
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, y'all. We will be back with more interviews today. This is KT. Stay locked.
Look, you got me. Hold on.
Hey, what to do, KTTV? Look, we are back here, TABSE 2024, leveling up and leading the way, and we have. Oh yeah, we went to the south for this one here. Miss Angela Love Jackson from Ector County ISD. Oh, all right. How you doing today?
I'm well in yourself.
Look, I won't complain. Let me put this over a little bit so we can make sure we get all this goodness you got to give out here.
Okay.
Hey, look. So now, first off, I want to say thank you for stopping back and congratulations. She was one of the winners, so she did get a little merch here.
Got
But
merch.
thank you
I got
for
a
coming
couple
back.
merch from here.
She did. She made a payment, so it was only right that she win stuff, and she entered into the drawing. So we about to get ready to do this drawing after this podcast here, and we'll see what happens.
I literally paid it forward for myself.
Hey, there we go. So now, the biggest thing today is I know you talked about the student apathy and some of the research that you're doing, and you're doing it for your dissertation.
Yes, sir. I am.
Yeah. So whenever they drop in their dissertation, they got the facts. So first off, tell us a little bit more about you and your current role in Ector County ISD.
Okay. Well, I'm in West Texas.
Hey.
Ector County ISD. If you know Texas, we're that little corner.
Yeah.
We're closer to New Mexico than we are here in Houston.
Yes.
I can get to New Mexico in less than 2 hours.
Woo.
It'll take me 10 to get here to Houston. So flying one way or the other, flying when I drive or flying in the air.
Hey.
But I'm an educator. I'm from a family of educators. I've been teaching for 29 years in the classroom. I've been teaching in the same school district, in the same school for 25 years.
Yes.
I teach U.S. history. I'm doing my doctoral work. I'm a graduate of Texas Tech University, also in West Texas. Raiders. Guns up.
Hey.
Hey, I am a Raider girl. And I did curriculum instruction. My first go at my doctoral, but it was all but dissertation. I took my own personal not sciatica.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother issue.
Hey.
I took my own personal sabbatical.
Yes.
And then I just decided out of everything I had in life, the one regret was not finishing.
Okay.
So I found a college. They found me. When you know it, the man is always watching on Facebook.
Come on now.
And Alverno College out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Outstanding program. I knew I was in the right place.
Yeah.
Part of that for me is because in rural West Texas, I don't see many people that look like me in education.
Yeah.
Although my parents are in education, my brother's in education, we come few and far between when you look at our co-workers.
Yeah.
And now the Hispanic population is over 75%. We're about 4 to 6%. It depends on if the oil is booming or not.
Yep.
And then you've got the other. But Milwaukee, when I looked at Alverno, and the first thing I saw was a professor that looked like me, and then another professor that looks like me. And then in recent years, even the president looks like me.
Come on now.
I went through college and never had a professor that looked like me. Bachelor's or master's degree. So for me, that let me know I was in the right place.
Yes.
And so my doctoral work, my dissertation topic is educating at-risk African-American students in rural West Texas with emphasis on student apathy.
Yes.
There's so many different facets of why African-American students are even labeled at risk.
Yeah.
In some of my research, I have found, especially up in North, urban, they are pushing for all African Americans to be labeled as at-risk students just because of where they come from. And of course, that shouldn't surprise you that it's in Detroit, because there is an at-risk there. But what my research specifically on is rural, because so many things that go on in the state, they don't always consider what's going on in the rural. Politics weighs heavily in education all around, especially in the state of Texas. But when it comes to rural education, we know how the voters tend to be, and therefore how the platform education is seen differently. Just for teaching history, I am challenged of, well, are you teaching woke history? If it's history, I don't want to be asleep. We've slept on enough. So if I'm woke, then let me wake up even more. But I started realizing prior to COVID, I started seeing entitlement big time with students and their parents, but post-COVID, even more so. Apathy had been there.
And then COVID and the way we started dealing with our students and teaching them online and, you know, just as long as you log in. And then I know it wasn't just my district, it was all over the state because I've been to enough conferences and conventions to know. It was like, as long as those students are still there, we're going to pass them up. We'll give them the grade they had when we went out for COVID. So they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
While they were in my class, and they sure didn't do anything. In the height of COVID, why are we passing them?
Most definitely.
So we have made that entitlement and that lack of doing anything and giving them a passing grade to where we're now just going to let them keep moving. Dear friend who's not in education, in fact, she is, she's in, oh Lord, it just left me, CPS.
Okay.
And she has a son that stopped going to school in November, his senior year. All of a sudden, she getting an announcement that he's graduating. Now, he had moved on. Not moved out, but moved on. His whole words. But all of a sudden, she gets an announcement. He's graduating. She said, how's he graduating? He didn't go to school since November.
Wow.
They call it sympathy graduation. Nah. So we are promoting and we're even graduating students. I say we because we're all guilty in education. Why not? Then if we have apathetic students, then we create apathetic employees, apathetic politicians, apathetic government, apathetic citizens. And then we wonder why our situation is the way it is. Whether it's our politics, our policies, or our people, we find ourselves full of apathy.
Yes.
Even the church is apathetic. As a historian, I can tell you when America's been at its worst times, the church was at least full. The Great Depression, you had more people attending church because they didn't have a job to attend. But in what we got going on now, because we started going online with church, we even find apathetic people in church, apathetic in whatever. They're just, you know, there's some people who realize, you know what, after the government assisted me enough through COVID, why should I even go back to work? Because I got more help and more finances by not working than when I was working. It's better on my health and my pocketbook. Well, that to me is a sign of apathy. But back to the student apathy, you had students who just stopped caring. When I was in school, you didn't get a Letterman jacket till your senior year. You didn't get a sign in your yard till your senior year. You didn't get a letter on your jacket. You didn't get anything till your senior year. But now I am finding students who quit that sophomore and junior year. They could have been involved in whatever extracurricular from sixth grade or seventh grade all the way through, but then they quit. And you ask them, why are you quitting? Oh, I want to enjoy my senior year. I just want to hang my senior year. I want to take it easy my senior year. And we allowed it. Parents said, yeah, I don't want them to have to get up too early anymore. I don't want them to have to work too hard anymore. My baby's about to leave, so I want to be able to spend more time with them. And so, yeah, I allowed them to quit. You allowed them to quit. So you have therefore helped train your child on apathy. And specifically with the African-American culture, and I'm doing a lot of talking. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. Breaking it down.
With our African-American culture, it has become so much more. It used to be when I was being raised, my father told me, he said, Andrew, you got 2 strikes against you. 1, you're black. 2, you're a female. Our kids don't feel they have a strike against them. But they have, some of them have both feet in the prison walls. And we know how the discipline situation goes with our kids. But they call it that pipeline to prison. And we seem to be content in it. We're not doing anything to fight it. They gave us the numbers. I don't know if I'm supposed to share it or not, of how many we have in membership in TABSE, but it's under 1,100. When you have African-American educators throughout the state, the question is, why are we not aligned? So then the question is, are we exposed and we just choose not to align ourselves? We don't have time for it. We might be busy doing other things. I mean, I'm new. This is my first conference, but I've known of a TABSE, of a NAPSE for years, and it just became affiliated. I'm gonna call us out with TASB, West Texas Area Alliance of Black School Educators. Gotta call them out.
Come on now.
And I'm so grateful to be the a founding charter member, but I'm the president-elect.
Come on now.
And so my desire is coming back from this conference is to push even more.
Yeah.
Not just with my research, but from what I have found here. And I know the others who are here, we are just so ready. We're on fire to go back and pull and help. The goal is to move up to 2,000. Oh, am I talking too much? Oh, okay.
Sorry about that, Doc.
Okay, so the goal was for, we were told in the meeting by our correspondence secretary that the goal is for next year for us to have up to 2,000 members. Well, I plan on them to see a great percentage difference coming from West Texas.
Yes.
I know Lubbock has members. They used to have an affiliation. They don't right now, but they have memberships here. But we need to push on that in the rural part of Texas because we're there.
Yes.
There are Black people. Look, let me say it this way. There are Black folks.
Yeah. Black
in
folks.
West Texas.
Miss Dee.
With Black children.
Yes.
And if that is what TABSE is about, looking at it ain't just about Black educators doing what we can for Black educators, but it's making sure we have a voice.
Yes.
We do have an African American on our school board, but it's been a minute.
Yeah.
I've only known of 2 prior to this in over 75 years for Ector County. And now we have another one. We had a city council member, but no longer. And so that's where we stand. And our voice has to be heard. We got to be in those positions. I get proud when I know we're small in numbers, but just to hear there are Black superintendents in Texas, that concept in West Texas, really? Not even in the small towns.
Yeah.
And here's the thing though, we might be small physically, but the money is big out there.
Most definitely.
If you know anything about oil, you know it's big out there. It's one of the leading producers of jobs.
Yeah.
Now, but sadly, what people don't always understand, we are most definitely oil economy, meaning Black dollars.
Yeah.
But not spent on Black people. And although oil economy brings a lot of revenue and money in, the school district is the largest employee.
Yeah.
Largest employer. But the percentage of those who are Black that come out there, that live out there, are small. I was born and raised out there, so it's nothing unusual. Our friends that are in education, we tend to have been born and raised there, and our parents were in education.
Yeah.
But when we find Black educators come out there, it's small in numbers.
Yeah.
And then they don't stay.
But now, so when you're thinking about the work that you're doing, I think about that teacher who's been there, like you say, 25 years, same
29.
school. 29.
Please don't cut me short. Yeah, 25 in the same school.
Same school, yes.
29 altogether.
Now, how many times have you seen, or you say, well, I taught your grandmama, or I taught your mama, and now I'm teaching you. But throughout that, you don't see too much change with that cycle. Is that
exactly? I'm teaching some students whose parents I taught.
Yeah.
That lets me know, it's time to go, because I refuse to say I taught your grandparents.
Yeah.
You know, I'm moving on in education, but I'm not leaving education.
Yeah.
My brother, who's an admin, who's a principal, reminds me that, and I can't help but be me. So if it offends somebody, I'm not going to apologize. But teaching is a gift given by God. It's one of the spiritual gifts. And so therefore we have to realize what we have when we are able to teach. And it's not that everybody can teach.
Yeah.
Everybody can learn, but everybody can't teach.
Most definitely.
And so when you find good educators and good teachers, what are we doing to stimulate them? Well, are we making changes? Not always.
Yeah.
To answer your question, long ways. We're not always doing it. I have seen so many things stay the same. But some things have gotten worse. Have I seen some better? Yeah, but it doesn't stay long because, as you know, when somebody goes to a conference and reads a new book, they come back with a whole new platform or something new for us to do. And one of the greatest ones they loved was "Who Moved My Cheese?" Because people didn't want to change. Well, because you haven't given me enough time to be effective with what I've been doing.
Most definitely.
The biggest in the state of Texas is one of my biggest issues, and it goes back to that apathy. Is because of testing. We have worn our children out with testing so much. Whether it's the STAR, the ELC at my level, because I teach 11th grade. Whether it's short cycle, whether it's MAP testing,
like CBA, DBA, PFA.
And then we assess the assessment. I remember many years ago, we had um, uh, convocation.
Yeah.
And in the midst of the man's speech, and might I add, they never brought him back again. He got a standing ovation, and they had to hush us down because the man says, I came from an agriculture. I came from a farm. My parents, he said, I went into education, but my grandparents were farmers. He said, so that meant during the summer or when I wasn't in school, I had to be on the farm. He put it this simple, and I have never forgotten this. It's been over 20 something years. He said, so imagine how things have changed 20 years ago in testing. He said, I never saw anybody plant a seed and every 3 to 6 weeks take it out to see how it's growing.
Come on now.
He said, you plant a seed, you nurture it, and then you give the nutrients that it needs, but nature will give its nutrients too. You do what you're supposed to do, let nature take its course, and you will see growth. It will break through the ground.
But you got to give it time.
Well, we're student active. What are we doing to even keep watering and providing nutrients to those students? We're allowing them to fall along the wayside, or we're redirecting. They're modification. They're what we label them as, because the accountability rating is serious to our district because of the money that it gives. But again, are we really reaching all our students? And when you come to rural education, it doesn't mean you're always reaching for the African American student.
So now, if there was one way from your research that you're doing that we can be able to turn the needle and turn around this whole almost epidemic headed to this problem with student apathy, what would that be? Let's say we got a principal, new principals, aspiring principals. What would they do to be able to turn that around?
Okay, well, my advisor told me when you do your doctoral work, you got to give a problem statement. And my brother has taught me, I use George Love Jr. all the time as a principal. He said, if you come with a problem, my box for the problems is small. My box for the solutions is big.
Most definitely.
Don't come to me with a problem if you don't have several solutions. And so I gave my advisor several problem statements, but I had several solutions. And so for that principal, I would tell him, you have student apathy, and the way to fix it is by adjusting what the problems are. Curriculum, the way we train our teachers, the way we communicate with our parents, and the way most definitely we encourage, invest, and teach our students. We've got to start with the children's mindset, because we can do all those other things, but until we change the mind and the hearts and the souls of the children, then it won't matter how much money you pour into them. It won't matter even how much dialogue you have with their parents, because how many times have you heard parents say, well, you get them to do more than I do? The fact that they come to your class, I can't even see them all the time in my house. What? The curriculum, it is what it is. As long as we got state mandated testing, let's be real, we're teaching to the test. But what we're sharing and how we're teaching, make it active learning for our students. Allow them to see themselves in what we're teaching them. And the old age question is, what am I going to do with this when I grow up? You can give them that. That will release some of that apathy.
Most definitely.
If I tell a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they tell me they don't know. Well, then that right there is an open thing. And I won't lie, as an educator, when they tell me they want to be a teacher, I'm like, are you sure? And it's not because I'm so negative, Nelly, about teaching, but just know that when you're saying you're going to be a teacher, you've got a great sacrifice you're prepared to make. You said you're in education. Your wife?
No, she's a nurse.
She's a nurse? So those are two of the hardest working jobs. And it takes both of them to help us survive. Because if we don't have teachers, we fall to the other nations. And if we don't have nurses, because trust me, I trust my nurses and my nurse practitioners sometimes more than I trust the doctor.
Most definitely.
Because they interact with me more. And so if I get a student who tells me they don't know what they want to do, I share with them the different things that are out there. That's not on a state mandated test. That's not a TEAC. That's not an objective. But it is our objective, because our goal in education is to prepare students for a future. So we got to make sure we're meeting those needs. And then once I know what that child is at least finding interested in, doesn't mean that that's what they're going to do. I then take what I have with curriculum. I take how I deal and communicate with that child, and I ensure that I hook them You know, that was one of those old things they told us years ago. Your lesson plan, you make sure you have a hook every lesson.
No, come on now.
Well, if I hook them, then I got them. If you really, my husband's a fisherman. I've only been fishing twice. Don't ever have to go again. I like my fish already.
Yeah.
Clean.
Hey, good.
I even like them cooked, but I will cook them myself.
Yeah.
But I at least like them cooked.
Yeah.
I don't like them to smell like the body of water they came from.
Come on now.
But I do know this much. If you don't have a good hook in a fish, it will leave your line. So once we hook our students, I need to write that down myself so I can put that in, I can put it in my intro. Once we hook our students, we've got them. You wonder why a coach has your kids? Why a basketball coach can keep our kids interested? Because as an experienced teacher, what I can always tell you, I don't even have to look at the calendar. I know what season it is. I know when it's football season. I teach at a 6A high school.
Come on now.
I know when it's football season. Why? Because my football players are giving me their best work because they want to pass.
They want to play.
And I can tell when they are no longer playing, whether they didn't make it to the playoffs or they're done. Why? Because they stopped trying. And I can tell when soccer's getting ready to get going, somewhere in October, November. I know basketball season training, the tryouts are starting. Because those kids are starting to try. Because their coaches got them better than their teachers. If you want to play, baby, you got to do the work in your class. Well, we got to flip it. If you want to graduate, if you want to be successful, that goes back to that we're just going to let you pass and graduate. We can't keep doing that.
No.
Our kids are not afraid of failure. They're not afraid that you're going to fail them. There's accountability. I went to school, but I also played in YMCA sports.
Come on now.
And some other sports. Everybody got a ribbon, but we didn't all get a trophy.
Participation.
And you got a participation. We're going to give you that because your parents paid for you. So you're going to get a ribbon. But everybody didn't get a trophy.
Most definitely.
We have raised children, and now their parents were raised. So let's be real. Under everybody got a trophy. So now everybody's kid feels they deserve a trophy too.
Come on now.
They need to know that they will fail.
Yes.
But guess what? When you fall, we'll help you get back up again.
And that's what it's about.
And baby, instead of dropping out, I am that teacher that will tell you, don't drop out. But instead, let me show you, you're so smart. And you want to go into the business world, or you want to go to college early. But you're tired of school, you're tired of this. Why do you have to wait 6 weeks to 9 weeks or a semester to drop after you drop out to get a GED? No, baby, if that's the case,
get that thing.
Let's get it now. You don't, if you telling me you can pass this test and go on straight into college, because I got a former student who now has a master's degree, who was in the top 10, but he was tired of school and dropped out. Now he's teaching it, and in fact, taught my son.
Okay.
But he dropped out when he saw it was like, okay, he figured it out. He says, I'm not going to get the scholarships I want because I'm in the top 10. I'm not number 1 or 2. So if I drop out, I can start college early. Now we have dual credit. That wasn't something we had back then.
And
he got his GED and then aced everything in entrance exams and went on and soared and started teaching earlier.
That's definitely your prime.
So that's where
it
became aware for me. Like, the way we've done things doesn't always have to be the way it is.
Most definitely.
Now, I don't encourage it. But if you see a kid that is lackluster, I ask them, baby, why are you here? Why are you here? I ask that question. Why are you wasting my time and yours? I'm not telling you to drop out, but I'm not the person that you call on a suicide hotline. I'm gonna tell you don't do it, but I'm not that sympathy person.
Because it got to be high accountability.
It's got to be. And so if I see you are having a suicidal situation in education, I'm not gonna give you the gun, but I'm gonna tell you that's not your only way. And I'm gonna tell you, you don't have to be apathetic. Don't commit the ultimate detriment. But the question you got to ask is, why are you here? And if you're here to get an education, then let's change it. But if you're here just because you need the attendance, because your parents don't want to be arrested or that, no. Let's find something to vest you in your interest.
Most definitely.
So that way what are your talents? What are your gifts? Have you considered art? Have you considered being in band, choir, orchestra? Have you considered debate? We need some C students on the decathlon team. You know, you might be an A student mentally, but your grades show you a C student. We need a good, strong C student on the decathlon.
Come on, man.
Okay, so if I can find somewhere for you to be in, then they've hooked you to be in school, and I got to keep hooking you to be in my class.
That's it. Look. I think you done dropped the bomb on us today.
Well, you're so kind to let me talk.
Look, no, that's all good because, like I say, this is important information. And so when you think about that research and you think about where we headed, we got to bring that awareness so that we can kind of change the trajectory of where we're going. Because I think if we don't, 2 years from now, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, well, and I will even add this much.
Yeah.
There's not much research out there.
Yeah.
I could finish quicker if I did the simple way and just looked at risk students and curriculum or lack of teacher preparation.
Yes.
Because there's plenty of research out there. But I think a post-COVID world is where we really have to look at everything. But I can't keep blaming everything on COVID. Again, we set this tone a long time ago.
Yeah.
COVID just became another excuse. And I will say everybody's got 2 things, excuses and is this PG, PG-13?
Oh, yeah, well, you know, we just PG-13.
Okay, so everybody, I gotta ask. So everybody, look, don't get me fooled. You know, I'm still saying something. You know, I got a Peter spirit. But everybody has 2 things, excuses and buttholes.
Yes.
And they're all full of the same crap.
Yeah. Come on now.
They all are. And so we can't keep making an excuse and making it acceptable.
Yeah.
You've got to know what the excuse is and then come back and counter it and find the solution for it.
Look, I want to say again, thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. I was just coming over to get my winner.
Yeah, but I had to go and just come.
Look, I'm gonna even put this plus on it.
Yeah.
This is what I want.
Yeah. Come on now. Y'all check it out. Hey.
And I'm plus size and he had my shirt. I don't know. Look, let me see. I don't know if he got a website or not, but everybody needs to be unleashed educationally.
Yeah.
So I came and got me a different shirt. Look, hey, we need to unleash education. This podcast and being on YouTube is unleashing it, and because it can expand your followers. And then, like I said, I'm out there in West Texas, so I'm gonna share with everybody. And if I got a few of my own friends and followers on my social media, so I can share with others. So hopefully, it'll get you some more people listening out there in West Texas.
That's it. Well, I look forward to sharing this. I'll get you information, and that way we can get locked in. So,
of course, because I'm already a subscriber.
Look, don't play no games, y'all. All right. Well, look,
that's what I want you to know.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I look forward to, like I say, sharing this and keeping up with you. I want to have you on when you get through with that dissertation. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Look, this is it. We're here. TABSE24. We are leveling up and leading the way. We will be back. Keep it locked. All right, y'all. We are here at TABSE 2024, leveling up and leading the way. And so now we just did our drawings. And so big shouts out to all our winners in the building. So we have Dr. Wise. Dr. Wise just left. Y'all, I hope y'all seen Dr. Wise. If y'all did, y'all missed something very good. Dr. Wise won her a $10 Chick-fil-A. Ooh, we know we love some Chick-fil-A. Let's see who we got here. Miss Torres, look, Miss Torres came through, y'all. She bought some shirts. She bought some books. Torres, you won a $15 Starbucks gift card. And so we will be here for probably about a good another 30 minutes. I want them to come pick up. Let's see here. We got another winner. Let's see. Miss Bolton, Ashley Bolton won. And so she won a, what is this? $15 Starbucks card. Y'all know teachers, we need that. In the morning time, go get you right. And our last winner is Mr. McDowell. And so McDowell already said he was coming through to grab his stuff. So let's see what's going on. Let's see if everybody come back through. We'll give them a little while before we get ready to get out of here. And then if not, we will pick some more winners. But I think they will be on their way because I did text everybody. Other than that, y'all, we got rodeo today. All right, so we're going to have to get out of here about half day today. We came in, put it down. I want to say thank everybody for tuning in today, for being a part of the TABSE 2024 conference. See some Major League people turning the corner. It's about to get real in here. But I want to say shout out to everybody who came through, did an interview. This is very important that we talked about our work, that we talked about our mission. So making sure that we stay locked in to be a part of some of this good stuff. And we will see y'all. They told me I'm coming to the Nationals. So it look like we taking the podcast to Georgia, y'all. We're gonna be live on the scene. What's going on? How you feeling? So yeah, y'all keep it locked. We will see y'all. If not before, well, of course y'all see me every week, but we'll be back our next conference. We will be at TABSE, so making sure that we're in Galveston. If you have not registered, make sure you get there. This is KT for KTTV signing out. TABSE 2024, leveling up and leading the way. I'll check y'all later.
This is Darnell with Broadcast Houston.
This is Dr. Tamara Beckford.
Hey, this is Candace.
This is London Underwood.
This is Kirsten Bass with Inner City Greens, and you're watching.
Y'all are now tuned in to
KTTV.
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 KTTV. Is that right?
All right, y'all. Have a good one.